In this video, we'll be installing coilovers on a 2011 Volkswagen Golf R. After unboxing your new max speeding rod parts, you should have 2 rear springs, 2 rear adjustment bases, both rear shocks, 2 front coilovers with spherical top mount, adjustable stabilizer end links, 2 metal spacers, spanner wrenches, 2 rubber spaces for the adjustment base, and your instruction owner's guide. Best way to dial in new coilovers is to do some generic tuning before install. Let's determine the preload height of the coilovers and make sure that they are the same right and left. To adjust the preload height, we loosen the 2 collars under the spring. Loosen them with the supplied wrenches by turning them opposite directions. After loosening, you can adjust the preload by hand to the desired height. To adjust the overall coil height, i.e. how high or low the vehicle will sit, loosen the bottom collar and then rotate the shock body to adjust the length. Moving to the top of the coilover, alongside the spherical top mount, you'll also see camber adjustments. This system makes camber adjustments very easy. Loosening these 4 bolts will allow you to change your camber angles. Loosen and slide away from the vehicle for positive and slide in for negative adjustment. For camber, it's best to have both coilovers at 0 for the initial install. Here is the rear setup. Heights will be controlled by adjusting the spring base. Similar to the front, you'll use the spanner wrenches to loosen, adjust, and then tighten these collars. To set up shock length, this will actually need to be done during the install. After fully installing the spring, you'll bolt in just the top mount of the new shock. Then lower the vehicle and make sure the shock hangs past its mounting point by at least 50 millimeters or 2 inches. Adjust as needed, tighten the collar, and ensure both shocks are the same length. Tools required for the Golf R coilover install: T25 Torx bit, 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch adapter, 13 millimeter 1/2 inch socket, 16 millimeter 1/2 inch socket, 19 millimeter 1/2 inch socket, 21 millimeter 1/2 inch socket, 17 millimeter 1/2 inch socket, 18 millimeter 1/2 inch socket, 1/2 inch electric impact, 1/2 inch pneumatic ratchet, 1/2 inch torque wrench, 1/2 inch short extension, 1/2 inch long extension, an M8 bit, flat-headed screwdriver, 18 millimeter end wrench, hammer or a mallet, and also best to have a transmission jack or something similar for assisting installation. Start by opening the hood. The M8 bit will be used to remove the wheel bolt covers. Use a 17 millimeter socket to loosen the lug nuts. Lift the vehicle. Use an electric impact to finish removing the lug studs. And remove the wheel. Remove the wheel sensor wiring. Use a flat-headed screwdriver to remove the brake line clip. Remove the clip and the brake line. Use an 18 millimeter socket with electric impact to remove the sway bar end link nut. Remove the stabilizer link from the old strut. Use that same 18 millimeter setup to loosen and remove the knuckle to strut nut and hand remove the bolt. Using the transmission jack, we are able to compress the strut, allowing the knuckle just enough room to let the strut free. Lower the vehicle and move to the engine bay. The upper strut hardware is underneath this cowling. Start by removing the rubber cowling trim. From here, take a 13mm to remove the strut bolt. You can pull up on the cowl to get access. Drop the old strut out and get your new coilover ready for install. Make sure you have the correct side and orientation. Camber adjustments on the top hat should run perpendicular to the car. After the new coilover is in position, hand start the new hardware. And use your 13mm to tighten. And then use a torque wrench to 50 Nm or 37 foot-pounds. Next, use an 18mm socket to finish removing the lower nut of the sway bar end link. Remove the stabilizer link. Prepare the adjustable stabilizer link by making sure both end links for right and left of the car are the same length and that the two ends are at a 90-degree angle from each other. Hand start the lower nut. Use a 19mm socket to run on the nut and then torque to 90 Nm or 66 foot-pounds. Use a transmission jack on the lower control arm to lift the knuckle onto the coilover. Reinstall the knuckle bolt and nut. Use an 18mm socket with impact to tighten the nut. Use an 18mm socket on the torque wrench to 80 Nm or 59 foot-pounds. Install the upper stabilizer link. Hand start the upper nut. Use a 19mm socket to run on the nut and then torque to 90 Nm or 66 foot-pounds. Install the brake hose and the clip. Use a hammer to tap the clip back into place. Install the wheel sensor wiring. And we are now ready to put the wheel back on. And hand start the lug studs. Use a 17mm on the impact to tighten. Lower the vehicle to the floor and torque the lugs to 140 Nm or 103 foot-pounds. Install the wheel bolt covers by pressing them on. Reinstall the cowl trim and close the hood. Onto the rear of the vehicle, use an 8mm bit to remove the wheel bolt covers and use a 17mm socket to break loose the lug studs. Lift the vehicle and use a 17mm socket with electric impact to finish removing the lug studs. Remove the wheel. Use a T25 socket to remove the 2 screws on the liner. Use a 16mm socket with long extension to loosen the top shock bolts. Use a 16mm socket with an electric impact wrench to finish removing the bolts. Use an 18mm socket with 18mm end wrench to loosen and remove the lower control arm hardware. Remove the old spring. Use a 21mm socket to remove the lower shock from the knuckle. Remove the old shock absorber. Before installing new parts, we need to move over the top mount. We'll be using a 16mm socket to remove the top mount. Remove the dust cover to expose the nut. And use the impact to remove the nut. Slide the top mount off and install onto the new shock. Hand start the new 15mm nut and tighten with impact. Place the dust cover back into position and we are now ready for install. Take the new hardware and set up the washer as shown. Slide the new shock into place and install the new lower hardware through the shock and use the original spacer. Hand start the bolt into the knuckle. Using the original hardware, hand start the upper shock bolts. And use a 16mm socket with extension to tighten. And then torque to 80 Nm or 59 foot-pounds. Use a 21mm socket on an impact to tighten the knuckle bolt. And then torque to 120 Nm or 89 foot-pounds. To prepare for the rear spring installation, you'll need to have the components in this order. Install the spring and adjustment base all in one unit. Use the jack to push the lower control arm to the installation position. Install the lower control arm bolt to secure to the knuckle. Use an 18mm socket on an impact to run on the hardware. Use an 18mm socket on a torque wrench with an 18mm end wrench and torque to 120 Nm or 89 foot-pounds. Use the T25 socket to reinstall the wheel liner screws. Place the wheel back onto the hub and hand start the lug studs. Use the 17mm on the impact to tighten. Lower the vehicle to the floor and then torque the lugs to 140 Nm or 103 foot-pounds. And finish out the project by pressing on the lug stud covers.